Hey, what's up guys? It's Chloe. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've talked to you guys, and it's been a while since I really just sat down and even made a video. The last video that you guys saw from me were my Barcelona vlogs from when I went to Barcelona, and honestly, I love that trip so much. I've been rewatching those videos constantly. It was one of the most amazing trips to me, and I was so happy and proud to be able to share that with you guys, and to be able to look back on it now is just freaking amazing. So I'm hoping you guys like those. If you did and you would love to see more of that, let me know. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I will leave it linked either here or here, anywhere, everywhere. I'm still new. So anyway, I wanted to come on here and really talk to you guys and kind of explain my absence to you guys, because I know it doesn't really make sense. I, was super excited and pumped to upload all those videos for you guys, and then out of nowhere, I just stopped. So I figured, why not explain and share it with you guys. When I started this channel, I, had to be really serious and have a sit down with myself, and I had to be really serious, and I had to kind of just mentally prepare myself, because believe it or not, coming on a platform like YouTube is, you become really vulnerable, and you don't really know how it's going to affect you, or what you're going to talk about or whatnot, until you're actually there and you're sitting in front of a camera and you just start talking, and a lot of things come out. So I had to be really serious with myself and tell myself that I was going to be really transparent with you guys, and that my life was going to, be documented and shared with you guys, because I honestly and truly feel like somebody could benefit from this. And had I had, some of the resources that I have now, or some of the experiences that I have now, had I had knowledge of those things before, it could have helped me a lot and a lot sooner. So this is one of those times. As you guys have seen from the thumbnail, I've had kind of a pretty serious few weeks behind me, and transparency is, I wasn't expecting to be as transparent as I'm being right now with you guys so quickly, but life happens, and I promised that I would share it with you guys. Okay, so when I got back from Barcelona, and even before Barcelona, I felt okay, I was feeling fine, everything was cool, and then I got back. When I got back, I kind of just, I felt kind of off and kind of not myself, but I kind of just thought of it as I got back from an amazing trip, and I'm back to real life now, real life problems, real life everything. So, that's why I'm kind of sad and stuff. Maybe that's why. And also I was, just really tired, constantly tired and lethargic. But then I thought of that as, I just got back from literally across the entire globe, and time change and all of these things that come into play when you're traveling. I just thought those were the things that were affecting me now. But one day I woke up, and for some reason I've just been sleeping a lot. I've been sleeping so much, or I was sleeping a lot. I'm getting better now, but I was sleeping a lot, and really irritable. Even if I had so many hours of sleep, I was exhausted when I woke up. It's as if I hadn't slept at all. I was really lethargic. I was dizzy, to the point where, I just had to lay down. I couldn't get up. And then, one day I got up and I was like, okay, I have a lot of things to do today. I have to get things done. And that's when I couldn't ignore it anymore. I'm like, I have to go to the doctor. I have to get checked out, because this is not normal. I normally don't feel like this. I normally have a normal appetite. Now I'm not eating at all. And all those other symptoms I was telling you guys about. And so I went to the doctor, and just immediately they're like, okay, well, your vital signs are low, so that's a sign. And then they started coming up with all these like crazy things that it could possibly be. And they're like, well, first of all, we're going to give you some fluids because that's possibly why you have a low blood pressure and vital signs and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, got hooked up to an IV and I was there for a bit. And then they ran a bunch of tests. They essentially ran like a complete panel on me and were like, what's going on? So with those were complete blood count, white blood cell, vitamin D, vitamin B, like all the freaking vitamins you can possibly think of that are on like the back of the food, panels and stuff like that you normally don't think about. They tested me for, and I was like, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. What are you guys doing? This has nothing to do with anything. And so the results came back, and it actually came back that I am severely anemic. And that was crazy to hear, because when you hear anemic, like when I hear anemic at least, I just think, I didn't eat my vegetables or something like that, or somebody didn't eat their vegetables. I am a very healthy person. I eat a whole lot of vegetables. I am almost completely a vegetarian. I occasionally eat meat, but for the most part, I like to stick to the veggie like options. Like I kind of stay away from beef. I love veggie burgers and like tofu. I'm obsessed with tofu and all of that stuff. So I'm like, there is no way like that. Like I eat all of like the spinach and like the deep greens and all this. And I'm like, what in the world? So, it turned out that I was anemic, and I'm like, this can't be. I was also severely vitamin D deficient. And I'm sitting there again and I'm thinking vitamin D deficient. When I think vitamin D deficient, when anybody thinks vitamin D deficient, you automatically think the sun, because vitamin D is what you get from sunlight. And I'm like, I live in Southern California. I am outside all the time. I am Latin. I'm brown. Do you see that? I am brown. Like, there is no way. Like, what even? And, I was sitting talking to my doctor, and once I got home and I did more research, it turns out that over half of people with cerebral palsy are anemic and they don't know it. Over a third of people with cerebral palsy are vitamin D deficient and they just don't know it. They chalk it up to so many different things. And, when you go to the doctor, they're like, okay, well, it could be this, it could be that. Like I said, they start giving you all of these different rainbow of possibilities when that's just not it. And I was thankful that my doctor, kind of listened to me and decided to run a full blood panel, because from what I read online, a lot of people, don't have that. And I guess a bunch of doctors just start, pumping you with a bunch of different, like either antidepressants or just different things. They start pumping you with a bunch of different things when they don't know what it is, and they start diagnosing you with a bunch of, I guess, not diseases, but just a bunch of different things that they just aren't. And I was thankful that my doctor kind of just went straight to the source. But that's insane to me. That's insane that never once when I was growing up did anybody tell me that it would be very common and highly likely for me to become anemic. And it would also be highly likely for me to become vitamin D deficient. Apparently, in individuals with cerebral palsy, they do not, or we don't, store vitamin D in our bloodstreams as well as other individuals do. And first of all, being vitamin D deficient is one thing. When you're vitamin D deficient, you have the basic, like your hair is brittle, your nails are brittle, your hair falls out a lot. Like, I didn't have any of these symptoms, so that's why I was like kind of confused. Like, I don't have any of that. What are you talking about? But that's vitamin D deficiency, and you get that from the sun. You get that from eating certain kinds of fish, also just taking like supplements and whatnot. Being vitamin D deficient is one thing, but apparently vitamin D helps with the storage of iron in the bloodstream. With a lack of iron in the bloodstream, you are anemic. So it's like a balancing act. The two go hand in hand. And finding out that that's why I've been feeling the way that I was feeling, and that's what this whole thing, like, I was just blown away. I was like, what? Something so simple as just iron and vitamin D are what are causing me to, have endless amounts, or want endless amounts of sleep, and be irritable all the time, and be tired, and not want to get out of bed, and not want to do things that I love, like recording for you guys, or going out with my friends, or doing so many things. And it really prohibits your way of life. And it's crazy to me that that this is what's going on, this is what's happening, and nobody knew about it until, and not that nobody knew about it, it's crazy to me that nobody told me until now, if that makes sense. So the good news is that I'm on the mend. I have been given a heroic dose of vitamin D and iron. It's insane to me that nobody had told me this until now. And I think it should be common knowledge for everybody who has cerebral palsy, or who has disabilities in general, because this affects everybody, and even anybody who just doesn't have a disability. Vitamin D deficiency can affect anybody. Anemia can affect anybody. So I guess this is my PSA to you guys. If you guys are feeling any of the symptoms that I felt, please go ask your doctor. Please go, check it out. It's really serious, and it can potentially lead to so many, like, life-threatening conditions, that it's better to get it when it's, like, in the beginning stages and when it's curable, versus, like, way down the line where your system is literally failing you and there's no way to turn back. And this is not at all to say that just because you have the symptoms that I have doesn't mean that you couldn't potentially have something else. Like, I keep bringing up depression and stuff like that, because being vitamin D deficient and being iron deficient kind of mimic the symptoms of depression. So I'm not saying that you couldn't potentially have that, but I'm just saying that could be a contributor. Like I said, like I've always thought, depression is a really serious thing. Anxiety is a really serious thing. But what's also a really serious thing, in my opinion, is not making it known that having off levels of anything in your system can potentially be a cause and be a trigger for similar symptoms, or for similar things. I have, been on vitamin D now for about a week, and I've been on iron now for about a week, and I'm feeling a lot better. Honestly, I'm feeling more like my normal self. And I just felt like making this video because, like I said before, it's kind of, me being more transparent, me being willing to tell people about this stuff, because I don't think that this is common knowledge. And immediately when I tell people my symptoms, they're like, oh, this is it and that is it. And they tell me so many things that are way more extreme, in that have, their remedies for them are just so much more intense, when really it's just a few vitamins, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm really hoping that this helps somebody out there. If you have any symptoms of vitamin D deficiency, or what do they call it? Iron deficiency anemia. I will leave those links down below. You guys can check them out on your own time and then see how you feel. It's worth it to, just ask a doctor to have a full panel done, because you never know what they might say it is when it's not. And really, it could be something just as simple as that. And it's very curable if it's in the beginning stages, if you're in my case, like, you take iron twice a day and you take vitamin D. It's like one pill, but if you go to the, the drugstore or anything like that, and you see the little bottles of vitamin D, it's like 500 or something like that. I'm on 50,000. So, that kind of gives you kind of like a view of like how bad it actually is. And, yeah. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope it helped somebody. Any little bit that I can do to help somebody out there, I'm willing to do. So I hope you guys like this video. Again, I'm so sorry that I have been kind of lagging on my other videos, and I hope you guys now understand that this is the reason why. It's not because I don't love doing this, and it's not because I don't love you guys at all. It's because I just have not been myself, and I have not been okay. But now that I'm on the mend, I am feeling a bit better. I'm feeling well enough to make this video for you guys, and like I said, and just in other videos, I have some really cool ideas for you guys, and I have some travel videos that I have yet to upload for you guys. Summer's coming up, fun things are going on, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. Honestly, this is one of the funnest and most amazing things that I have ever done, and I am so happy that I have chosen to do so. And in choosing to do so, I am showing you guys the good parts of my life, but I am also deciding and choosing to share the not so great and amazing parts with you guys as well. I'm hoping that you guys really like this. I'm hoping that this helped you guys in some sort of way. Hit the like button, subscribe. Leave me a comment down below on whether you've ever heard of this before, or if you suffer from something like this and you had no idea that this was a thing, or if you just want to say hi, leave me a comment, say hello. Anyway, that is it for me, guys. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait for the next one. I will see you guys then. Bye.